Gotta say it. No. Welcome to Recovering Addicts. I'm your host, LT, and I'm an alcoholic addict.
I'm your co-host, Felice, married to an alcoholic addict, here for any questions you might have about living with one.
Is this your first time here? Just guarantee and know that 2 times in my life I hit rock bottom, meth and alcohol. Detox, jails, institutions. The last thing on my list was death. It's a good thing I got better when I did. Still in recovery. Don't plan on ever getting out of recovery because this thing is lifelong. Today's been a busy day for me. Man, we woke up, went to a recovery center. We got to actually share to the group Felice and I's story, talk shop with the owner for a little bit. It was pretty cool. Way inspiring and way rewarding. The best way to stay in recovery is to get out amongst other recovering addicts and talk. Get what's off your chest. Sometimes it's your turn to talk, and sometimes it's your turn to listen, right? Tonight, God ordained that it was our turn to talk to a bunch of people that are just like us. You know, we're all at different levels, different stages, and it was quite the blessing. Y'all know what? I am digging that Discord. If you saw the picture I posted in there, Felice and I and the guy standing next to me, that was my sponsor. That's Dell. And he's my sponsor. He went there with us. He shared his story. I shared mine. Then Felice shared hers. And then we just sat and talked in group. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was way cool.
Loved it. Came home, flew home, was an hour and a half there, hour and a half back. Came home, I tried to get some things done real quick. I read this chapter, so I'm not quite as prepared as usual. I read this chapter, I speed read it. Laid on the couch just for 5 minutes. Felice is like, hey, don't you have group? I was like, boom, back in the car, back down to South Ogden. Sat through my home group for, 30 minutes. They had other stuff, and the counselor wasn't there today. But I got to hang out and talk with one of my buddies in my group. It was good. Just constant fellowship all day today with recovery. And then the Discord filled in the gaps. And, man, I just love being around people like y'all because y'all are just like me. And I'm just like you.
Twins.
Twin.
Bunch of twins. Is it my turn?
It's your turn. I think it's time for Felice to chit-chat with y'alls.
I got the other half of the mice. Mices. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Hello to everybody in the chat. We'll start with Sunray. He's up in here.
Sunray! Grateful. I'm grateful you're here, brother. Sorry I bounced out of there. I was driving, and, I was like, well, I better get off here before I get in a wreck.
Good evening, Jay Hale.
Jay Hale. Nice to see you. Layla.
Layla.
I got a joke for everybody.
We got Raylan and Link's got a joke. Quick.
Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use honeycomb.
They use a honeycomb.
Honeycombs. Hey, John V.
What's up, John V?
Yes, morning to our friends in UK. Almost afternoon for this. And the Aussies. Yes, hello tomorrow to the Aussies. We got Derek. Hi, Derek.
What's up, Derek? What's up, brother?
And there is also Sky. Hi, Sky.
What's up, Sky?
And Lish is in the house. Good night, Mike.
Alicia, we're on for Saturday. I've got people coming.
Oh, I will call Raina after this. Raina,
are you listening?
Are you out there?
Are you in the digital bushes?
I know you get nervous, but say hi. Say hello to me.
Hello, Raina.
Merc. Good afternoon, Merc.
What's up, Merc?
The myth and the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend. That's right, Link.
Always in Maryland. Always good to see you. We got Amber. Good evening, Amber. And Teeter's back.
Teeter. Awake. He needed some rest.
Teeter. Cherie. Hello. And Jolie. Hello. Did you get your cards, Jolie? I sent them off in the mail. If y'all need more business cards, could you be handing them out? Just let me know. And give me your address, and I'll send you some.
They'll be there.
Mark, or Bob. Mark. I saw Mark and Bob at the same time.
Hey, what's up, Bob?
Hey, Bob. Glad you made it on time tonight. That's a first. Just kidding. Hey, Desmond. Hello from down under. Mandy.
Hey, Mandy.
Nice to see you as always. Hey, Weaver kids. Well,
Weaver kid.
Weaver kid now. Saw that a little late. Hey, Lynn B. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Matt 13. LT likes you a little more now that he knows you're a Tool fan.
Yes, 100%.
And
he saw Animals as Leader in concert.
ooh, I do like animals as leaders.
And
Yeah,
Polyphia.
Andrew, the other cheater.
Asia King. What up?
Aw, thanks. That's a rarity because it touches me and it drives me bonkers.
I'll pull it out real quick.
No, I do wear it down before bed. That's about it. I need a haircut. This quarantine got it real long. Petey, hello, Petey.
Hey, Petey, how you doing, brother?
And music lover.
Music
I
lover.
was chatting with you earlier today.
Yeah, it was great talking to you. Glad you reached out.
Yeah. Ooh, coffee. Hey, Emily. It's been a while.
Emily.
Where have you been? Going on 90 days.
Streaming you while cleaning, right on.
Awesome. Glad you're here listening.
90 days. Yes. Keep it up. Keep going.
Bob
Got
says
this.
that he's got him a recovery group at church.
Nice.
Good day. Kept the foot on the pedal. No, Lisa. Hello. TJ. Welcome. Christine. Always a pleasure. Trying to mess up my mouse.
One of the mices don't work.
That's the one I think you got.
Hi, Christine. I got it. It's on now.
Oh, sweet.
But I was going to walk everybody through the Discord. There's an area in there that I added via the idea of Des. And Des, thank you so much. I thought it was a brilliant idea. Hi, Mom. Love you.
Hi, Grandma. Oh my gosh, you have the picture of all three of us.
And Jerry.
You have the picture of
Jerry?
me.
Yo, Jerry's in the house. Yeah. We're
If I
doing
missed
wonderful,
you, I'm
man. We had a
sorry.
great
Hello.
day.
Glad you're here.
I'm going to start. Actually, I got to load up Cassie's quote of the day. I told you I'm way behind. This morning we got up. I had to drive clear out to Heber. Felice and I gave our stories, drove back here, did some work, had to go to my IOP, came right back here, and now I'm on. So I'm a little bit behind. So I'm going to upload Cassie's quote of the day, and hopefully that doesn't bog us down. And I'm also going to open up the Discord because I want to walk some people through, and I really want to show Dez's idea that he had for Discord. What are we really here for? As I started thinking, I'm like, what are we here for? Like, what is all this group stuff we keep adding? What is this Discord we put together? And maybe we could do a little tutorial while we're here too. But we're here for support, right? And more importantly, we're here to support the person that's hurting and struggling. And so I'm going to share this really quick.
Marcus.
Marcus is in the house, right on. Will you put her outside?
This sounds so old. Out of breath.
So if you haven't been to Discord, this is what it looks like. And I will make it bigger so you guys can see it. But this is the area I want you to see right here. Oh, of course it's not going to show my mouse when I make it that big. But if you go to this area right here underneath support, look to the left-hand side of your screen. It says support, and it says I need support. You click on here, and if you notice, I added a thing. It says this is for anyone that needs immediate support. Leave a message here and stand by for support. If you see someone in need of support, please jump into action and help. Keep an eye on this area. This is what we are here for. So right here in this area is the most important part I wanted to talk about. If you are struggling, if you're hurting and you're in this Discord, and if you're not in the Discord, get in it. Just throw a message here. Like we've talked about, we have people all over the world now. Like John V said, this Discord follows the sun. If it's midnight and you're in America, reach out. Somebody in Australia will be able to jump in here and give you a hand. And then once you're here, you throw in some support. You can come down to this general voice channel. And right here, you can talk. You can turn this on. And boom, you are video capable. Hi, everybody. See? And now we're one-on-one talking with each other. So that's another way to support each other.
This is tricky.
As we are. Yeah, that's kind of tricky. Let's make it small like this, too, so we can be like, ooh.
Oh, look, we're a guest on our own show.
Hey, LT. Oh, hi. How you doing? I'm doing wonderful. How you doing? Oh, it's great to be here. Oh, yeah, you're looking good today. Oh, you look wonderful, mate.
You need to go on Donahue.
So anyway.
Hope.
That's Discord, you guys. If you're not a part of it, please jump in there. There's that area, and I wanted to show the support area because that's a place. If you really are, if you're hurting, you ain't got nowhere else to go. I mean, even if you don't want to go anywhere, so you want to go there, jump in. Say, hey, having a hard time today. And just wait a couple minutes. People will pop in and see how's it going.
John wanted to jump in with you on Discord.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Jump in there, somebody. I'll put it on right
I'm
now.
going to post a link to the Discord. So if y'all don't have it, it is an app. So if your phone is full,
It's a
delete
great idea.
something.
Let me do that again. I'm going to do that again. Like I said, I'm not very prepared for tonight, as you noticed. So I'm going to just kind of wing it until we get to our topic. Obviously, we're going to read our 24-hour a day and all that kind of great stuff.
Discord all around. Discord for you. Discord for you.
Who's in there? Hey, there's
Discord
John.
For you.
Here comes Johnny. Here comes Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
I don't see his picture yet, but can we hear you, John? There he is.
Music lover, recoveringaddict.org.
Talk and see if we can hear you.
See my picture? I can hear you.
Whoops, hold on. There we go. How's it going, bro? Can the chat hear John?
Going to mute the YouTube so we don't have interference, but testing 1, 2.
Testing 1, 2.
Can't hear you guys now.
Really? Oh,
I
that's because I have to use a
apologize,
different microphone for that. And I got to switch mics on this one. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So this is Discord, guys. This is so say John was having a bad day and he wanted to jump in here. And he's having a bad day. All of a sudden, boom. Me and John are talking.
Can't hear you.
He's telling me about his day and I'm telling him about my day and we're supporting each other and hanging out.
He can't hear you. Oh, is it mute? Oh, you're muted.
I was muted?
Yeah.
Oh. How about now, John?
Where'd you go, John?
Sorry, John. I'm an idiot.
Confirmed,
My
all working.
goodness.
Yes, confirmed.
So cool. Yeah, see? That's another way we can do this, y'all. We can just right here. And if you have a prayer request, look right here. Throw it in here. Hey, will you guys pray for me? I'm going to court. Hey, will you guys pray for me? I'm having troubles, I need support. Anyway, all that to say that that's Discord. And if you want to jump in, links in the description. Fleece will
Done.
already did. Jump on in there. And with that, I'm going to get into our AA thought of the day, because at the beginning of the show, we go to AA. At the end of the show, we go to NA. Today, it says alcoholics are unable or unwilling during their addiction to alcohol to live in the present. During our addiction to alcohol, us alcoholics were unwilling to live in the present?
Johnny, missed your chance.
Sorry, John. My fault. The result is that they live in a constant state of remorse and fear. Oh, I remember those days. Because of their unholy past and its morbid attraction, or the uncertain future and its vague forebodings. So the only real hope for the alcoholic is to face the present. Now is the time. Now is ours. The past is beyond recall. The future is as uncertain as life itself. Only the now belongs to us. Question for us: am I living in the now? Are you guys enjoying today? Did you guys enjoy today? Or were you all too focused on the future and what possibly could come your way and getting anxiety and freaking out about stuff that hasn't even happened yet? Or were you living in the past in guilt and shame when you're forgiven, when you are past that, when you've probably made amends, hopefully? If you haven't, you're going to. So don't let that ruin it. Are you living in today? What do we say, Link? You got 1 foot in the future, you got 1 foot in the past, you're crapping on today, right?
Crap on the present.
Crapping on the present. So I must forget the past as much as possible. The past is over and gone forever. Nothing can be done about the past. Nothing, except to make what restitution I can. It's the only thing you can do about the past. Hey, sorry about that. Hope we can be friends. I must not carry the burden of my past failures. I must go on in faith. The clouds will clear, the way will lighten. The clouds will clear, the way will lighten. And the cool thing is it always gets reinsured, right? The fellow we were talking to today at Wasatch Crest, he says that he does the same thing I do, and it's just because it's in recovery. That's what we do. If you're having a bad day, your heart hurts. What did he say? The 4 greatest words in the English language? This too shall pass.
Yeah. Cool.
If you're in a great mood and you feel wonderful, this too shall pass. So always tell yourself that. The path will become less stony with every forward step I take. God has no reproach for anything that he has healed. I can be made whole and free, even though I have wrecked my life in the past. Remember the saying, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. Here's our prayer of the day. I pray that I may not carry the burden of the past. I pray that I may cast it off and I press on in faith. Amen.
Amen. Hello, Merg.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Red?
Or as others call you, Mr. Red Rum. Faith over fear. Yes.
Amen. Faith over fear.
Yep.
We have nothing to
practiced
fear.
That often.
We
The
have nothing
presence
to
moment.
fear.
Like every moment is truly a gift. Every moment is truly a gift. That ain't no lie.
So we go through educational books on this channel because we want to learn recovery. The more we know, the better we are off. And the more we know, the more we need to start practicing. You can have a ton of knowledge, but if you don't put it into practice, it's worth nothing, right? So we're on this book right now called Addictive Thinking by Abram Tversky.
Oh, that's his name.
Tversky. I forgot that name a bunch of times today. And guess what? We're on the last chapter, chapter 23. It's a very short chapter even. It's called Ridiculous Explanations and Sensible Solutions. This was a great book. And I think maybe even after we go through all the 4 books I have lined up, we'll just start over and go through them again.
Yeah.
When we see addictive people behave irrationally, we are often so stunned that we don't know how to react. We are much like the farmer who, for the first time in his life, sees a giraffe in the zoo and he says, I see it, but I don't believe it. It is obvious that what addicts are doing is destructive to themselves and to others. We think, so why aren't addicts able to relate their behavior to alcohol and other chemicals? People on the outside looking in, our family. They see the fights, we see the drama we cause. They see the destruction we're doing to our health. And they're on the outside like, why can't they see it? It's so apparent. What is the deal here? You know? But why is that? Oh, Linky's got a quote.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why they call it the present.
Oh, I love it, Linky. Very good.
This mouse weighs like 10 times more than that one.
It's weird, huh?
Probably just my battery.
Thank you.
We're thankful you are here, Sunray, for sure. There's Jacqueline. What's going on?
Hey, Jacqueline.
Oh, I missed one.
I like saying your name.
Manna. Nice to see you, bro. Glad you're here.
What up?
We got some friends. Assuming here you're in India, we got some friends in India. I'm glad you're here. Merk. What did he say? Sunray, sorry to hear that, brother. Oh, no, what happened? What did we miss? I hate when I miss stuff. Yes.
Has to do with his medication.
Medication. Linky's on medication. Fleece can find it.
What?
When a psychotic person behaves insanely, it does not cause us to lose our bearings. We're like, that guy's psychotic, and he acts psychotic. I get it. But when a person who is otherwise perfectly sane and rational does crazy things, we are often taken back. We may begin to doubt our senses, asking ourselves, could it be that what I see is really happening? You see a sane person who you appear to be sane, and they start doing irrational things, and you start questioning your outlook on life towards that person. Am I really seeing this? Is that really happening? This self-doubt may be so intense that we are vulnerable to accepting the most ridiculous explanations as being sensible. So as you're helping somebody, I guess this could be a lesson to sponsors. This could be a lesson to wives and husbands and me. When we're dealing with an addict who's in active addiction and they're acting so irrational that we may be vulnerable to buying in on their excuses. Maybe keep your guard up. What do you guys think?
Thoughts, comments? I'll put it up there so all can see.
Interesting. The addictive person's thinking process may be so affected by the action of chemicals on the brain that the wildest self-contradiction and inconsistency in behavior are understandable. Indeed, when addict people recover, they look back at the irrational behavior and they frequently are amazed at how they thought and acted. I look back at how I thought and acted, and I am amazed. Are you, in your sobriety, in your recovery, do you look back now at some of the choices and decisions and the justifications you made for it and think, what was going on in my head? I do. Every day, I start looking back now at and the ride home from work was always the one that kind of stands out to me. The weekend was like, whatever, I party, But the justification that went from 1 o'clock until I hit the liquor store at 3:30 that was an insane, irrational, psychotic, addictive thinking, horrible cycle I was in. The fear, the doubt, the self-condemnation of why, and the justification of why I needed to hit the liquor store on the way home was completely irrational. And I look back on it and I'm just like, what was wrong with me?
We got Real Talk Recovery Nicole.
Hey, what's up, Nicole?
House. She just woke up from a wonderful nap.
She's probably so sore right now she can't even hold up her phone.
You did CrossFit? Oh my gosh, it was a leg day. Because that's
Every day's leg day.
a rough day if it's leg day. Or arms, then you can't do your hair. I love CrossFit. I do. Hey, Burns and Down the House. Also here.
What's going on? Until you got
let's-
that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's so crazy how I used to think. You would think of it over food, hygiene, and everything. I would come home from work, a full 10-hour shift around stinky airplane fuel and grease, come home, and I would feel like, I need to take a shower. 2 shots later, didn't even cross my mind. Go back, then I would end up passing out that night, just stinky and gross.
And he was very sweaty. You'd get real sweaty at
Yeah,
night.
I would sweat a lot at night when I was drinking.
OMG, I was insane. Totally irrational. They jumped on me.
Felice's flying stuff.
4th of July, always been a party day for me. Another first sober 4th.
All right, that's a good point since you bring that up, Michael Teeter, and I think we're going to hit on this every night at 8 at the bottom of the hour from 8:22 to 8:30. Let's talk about this. What is your plan for this weekend? How many of you are going through your first sober 4th of July? This will be my first sober 4th of July, and I'll tell you what I'm doing. At 3 o'clock, I'm hosting a Zoom meeting as regularly scheduled. 8 o'clock, I'm coming on here live as regularly scheduled, and the book and whatever chapter we're on, I'm going to be studying. On top of that, I've made plans with my friends in recovery. Alicia's one of them. And some other people we know here locally are going to come over to our house, all in recovery, and we're going to have street tacos. I planned a day around recovery and recovering people. Do you guys have...
I didn't even realize barbecue was on the 4th.
I didn't either until Russ told me tonight.
Surprise.
He's like, that's the 4th. I was like, it is?
Maybe we'll do
I guess we got to go get fireworks.
We'll just go to the neighbor's house. Y'all come with us to the neighbor's house.
That's what I told.
It gets awesome. Very
So
awesome.
what is your plan? Do you have a relapse prevention plan? You're not going to put yourself in a high-risk situation, I hope. I hope that's not in your plan. I hope you're not thinking, I'm going to go to my buddy's house who's having a barbecue and they drink, but drinking wasn't my drug of choice, because my counselor always told me, and I've seen it over and over, and I'm sure you have too, anything will do in a pinch. Do you have a plan? We have a party weekend coming up. 4th of July is a party weekend. It's a great excuse to party, right? You got loud music, you got fire and explosions and drunk people. I mean, it's a great time to party. I mean, I love 4th of July's.
And he still loves it sober.
Of course.
Is this your first? This will be your first sober 4th too.
This will be my first sober 4th.
That'll be fun. Real talk, girl. My whole body. I'll tell you. This is my Misha. My legs hurt too. We worked leg day pretty hard yesterday. It'll be worse tomorrow.
She said she's an old lady. She can't take that.
Right?
And Merck just put the link to her channel, you guys. Nicole is really savvy on maintenance medication. So if you are, if you've had problem with opiates and heroin and all that kind of stuff, and you're on Suboxone and all those stuff that I don't know about, jump onto her channel. She's very loving, very supportive. Her community that's in there is very loving and supportive as well. And you want to feel welcome? Go there. Obviously, you're welcome here too. But I'm telling you that she knows a thing or two about what you're going through if you are on a maintenance type of taper and all that stuff, all that jazz.
A lot of people got their first sober 4ths coming up. And yes, Cherie, when we have our convention, it will be on the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
In Australia.
You Aussies aren't going to be celebrating the 4th, are you? Street Taco Saturday, 4th of July edition.
Canada Day tomorrow.
Hey,
How does the Canada song go?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can hear it in my brain. That's what Mark will be doing.
I don't doubt that.
Yes.
Going to the lake? Right
That
on.
sounds wonderful.
That's going to be nice. It's supposed to be super hot here. What you doing, Jerry, for the 4th, brother?
Music lover usually chill at home time.
Chill at home? That's a good plan.
Up says LA is shut down.
Not even fireworks. Oh,
fireworks.
man. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, then you got to worry about the other side of it, huh? Isolation and all that stuff.
Nice. Looks like y'all got some pretty good plans for 4th of July.
As long as I'm here to help hold you accountable, and I'm here to hopefully you hold me accountable, that you guys have a plan, okay? Just don't put yourself in a high-risk situation. I say that every night because high-risk situations, even if you've made it through the first one successfully without using, does something to your psyche. It does something to it wears you down just a hair in your program. And I'm talking about people who are in their first year or 2 of even 3 of sobriety in their recovery. I'm not going to put my counselor. Okay, let me put it this way. My counselor has over 38 years of sobriety. They were out east where Cheers, hey Norm, Cheers, that show. They're walking down the street. They come across that bar. The whole family goes inside to check it out. It's Cheers. It's a legendary, iconic bar in that part of the world, right? My counselor, 38 years in recovery, 38 years sober, stayed outside. He said, I have no reason to go into a bar. I don't care what bar it is. So even in 38 years, he doesn't put himself in a high-risk situation. And I had hoped that we are doing the same thing. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the 4th of July.
I don't know.
And we're going to hit this every night.
Grenade Cat wants to know what happened on the 4th.
With me?
There was bombs
Oh,
and freedom.
it's America. We blow stuff up. It's our Independence Day. We celebrate our independence from. It's why our money doesn't have the Queen on it.
So I hope your TV's still off,
I
Brittany,
guess.
because this is a surprise. Turn it back off if you turned it on. But fireworks, grill out, beach party, birthday party. Gonna be a good day for y'all. Oh, I'm just randomly clicking now. Yep, congrats on your son's birthday. Ooh, Petey's going to a barbecue. Ah, cornhole. I love cornhole. It's probably one of my favorite games.
So, you remember how we were just talking about how we were frequently amazed with how we used to think and act in our insanity? What is less understandable is how and why the significant others in the addict's environment, whose minds are unaltered by chemicals, fall prey to such distorted thoughts and behavior. And that's that co-addiction, codependence that we've been hitting on the last little while. The answer is that all of us have unique needs, some healthy, some not so healthy. And an emotional pressure to gratify these needs can greatly affect the way we think and feel. Sometimes these emotional pressures can distort our thinking almost or just as much as the chemical used by the addict. He's talking about both here. He's really hitting both the addict and the non-addict. That's crazy.
Hi, Krista. I can't find your comment.
Is Krista in here? Sweet.
She is.
Hi, Krista. Laura's having steak. That's a good deal.
Cake. Cornhole. Chicken and corn.
Chicken in the cone.
You know
corn
what
don't grow.
Cornhole is?
So this is why the concept of addictive thinking is so important to understand. Addictive thinking exists and operates in every addicted person, and to a greater or lesser degree. Go ahead.
Look. I thought the TV was off. I feel bad. It was a surprise for Brittany's girls.
What?
Her plans.
Oh.
Sorry. I just need to apologize to Brittany. You got a question. Oh, that was from Real Talk. What about recovery burnout? Do y'all ever go through that? What is recovery burnout?
I haven't experienced that yet. Not yet. What is a symptom of recovery burnout if you've experienced it, Nicole? Give us a example.
Oh yeah, very very chatty, hard to keep up.
Yep.
Oh, it's for Jerry. Sorry, Jerry. Dang it.
Well, don't put it on TV.
Oh, the girls did.
He didn't hear anything. He's good.
He's like apparently going to a thing with Brittany.
Always having to be on. I try not to be anybody else that I'm not, so I'm usually just me. I don't know if that's what you mean.
Maybe.
Maybe too much pressure.
Ep says when he was in high risk situation last 4 to 5 days, Vegas Bryce Canyon camping, but always the same motivation to be sober. I'm not looking to relapse and kill myself.
Amen, Epi.
Codependency. Who are you? Oh, it's Krista. Codependency is almost a thing you don't realize is even happening. That's true. It sneaks up on you. I was a codependent before becoming an alcoholic.
Oh man, that probably helped steer you into alcoholism because it turned your brain into addictive thinking, and then it created that insight. Oh yeah.
And did alcohol feel like a way out of your stuckness and codependency?
Probably relieved it.
Because I feel that there was days where I was like, maybe I should just be an alcoholic too. And I was like, no.
Oh, it would have been bad if you
That
started.
would have been terrible. And I don't really like it that much. But yeah, I could totally see that as a way out. See, I went to food instead of alcohol. I feel like that's just, it was a bad thing. All right, go ahead.
So testing reality. In ordinary life, no one stops to ask, listen to this, this is awesome. Is it possible that I'm hallucinating? As a normal sober person, have you ever walked around in life and said, is it possible I'm hallucinating? We cannot function well in reality if we doubt everything. When the bus arrives at the bus stop, we get on the bus and we don't think, maybe this bus doesn't really exist. Maybe I'm just hallucinating a bus.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Such thinking would paralyze us. That would freak us out. When things occur that are totally beyond our expectations, we may pinch ourselves to be sure that we are not dreaming. I've had things like that happen, like, wow, this is too good to be true. Am I dreaming? This can occur when anything out of the ordinary happens, whether it is something good or terrible. We pinch ourselves to test reality. His accident and what I went through there that day, holding him after the machine landed on, man, that felt like not reality. It may be asking too much of active addicts to try to discover whether their perceptions are real or distorted. It may be asking too much of active addicts to try to discover whether their perceptions are real or distorted, but people whose brains are unaffected by chemicals and who relate to chemical users would be wise to check out their own thinking, as well as to put the addict's behavior into proper perspective. This whole book, I don't know if you've seen, he's drawn a line through every chapter, if you've been here from the beginning, about our perception and reality. Because when we're addicts, we don't perceive reality correctly. We lie to ourselves. We tell ourselves if we're having a bad marriage, that if she's upset about my drinking and her co-addiction is to attack me about my drinking, we don't blame the drinking. She blames my behavior. Oh, she blames my drinking and my behavior, but then I blame her for why I drink. It's instead of like, alcohol is the problem with both of us right now. I'm the one that drinks it. That's the problem. Get rid of that. We never draw that conclusion because our perception is to not blame what we desire, right? What we crave and we're addicted to. It throws a spin in our head, man. It's insanity. This holds us true whether we are husband or wife, parent, child, supervisor, friend, pastor, or anyone else relating to the active addict. The more we understand how addicts think and function, the less likely we are to be paralyzed by the shock of their behavior, and less likely we are to be taken in by their ingenious, cunning manipulation. The genius, cunning manipulation of an alcoholic or addict. That ingenious, cunning manipulation of myself got me another white chip in NA. I drank 3 shots of whiskey. I told you all I relapsed two months into my program. Stupid. Furthermore, if we can grasp that there are powerful forces within ourselves that are causing or capable of producing many of the same distortions that result from chemicals, we may be less resistant when our role as codependents is pointed out to us.
Let's go back to that. Derek. He said, I have experienced recovery burnout. It means there is no balance between meetings and service. Too much service. Hit it on the head, overload. Do you ever feel that?
Mm-mm.
Not yet.
I was thinking about that on the way home. And I was thinking about just being in recovery and having just a regular normal time job or whatever, that I don't see myself in any other position but my life to be revolved around some type of service. I just can't picture it any other way. I don't feel like I can just go take a break at this point. Maybe it'll burn me out. I don't know. Des warned me about that a couple days ago, and he's had a lot more sobriety than I have. He's an older, wiser man than I am, Desmond is. And I've been thinking about that because Desmond told me. Why do I think about that? Because I'm young in sobriety. He's wise and older in sobriety. And I'm going to do what I never used to do. And what I never used to do was to listen to other people's advice because I thought I knew everything. And everything I knew got me into detox and 5 months into an IOP. So what Desmond told me has been resonating in my mind, and I'll continue to chew on those types of things.
Oh, hey, I missed your comment. Hi,
Hey,
Candy.
Kyle.
No, this is Candy.
Oh.
Summer's other half.
Sweet.
Just letting you know he's okay. Just exhausted and in bed. Should be back tomorrow evening. Hey, thanks for letting us know. Because we'd be like, where's Kyle today?
Where's our sapper, bro?
Yeah. It's nice to virtually meet you, Candy.
And on that note, let's check out Cassie's quote of the day, if it uploaded. Hey, it did.
Good evening, my recovering addict family. I'm here tonight with your motivational quote on recovering addicts. 2 things prevent us from happiness: living in the past and observing others.
Ooh la la.
And as always, you guys know what to do. Let's bring it together and continue to spread that love.
As you can see by the ding and sparkle was not placed correctly.
Oh, I missed it.
I did not have time.
I was thinking about Misty. It is Misty's 1 year today.
What?
Yay. Woo, 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 woo.
Job, Misty.
Good job.
No doubt.
Very,
Good
very
job.
proud.
1 year, man. That's good. Tell us how you did it.
Yeah, tell us how you did it.
And if you would like to come on and tell us how you did it, you just let me know and I'll send you a link.
I think Liz should come on tomorrow and tell us how she made it 17 years.
It's tomorrow her 17 years.
And Misty should come on and tell us how she did.
That would be cool.
1 year.
1 year clean and sobriety today.
That's
Wonderful.
nice.
Beautiful. Wonderful, beautiful. Story time. 2 + 2 = 5. That's weird. Now this is going to talk about an addict, and this is going to talk about a codependent, and a codependent not seeing reality. Pretty cool story here. So the mother of a young man who was destroying himself with alcohol and other drugs could not understand how he could be obviously to the disastrous effects that chemicals were having on his life. That he could be oblivious to the disastrous effects of the chemicals were having on his life. So she asked for help in dealing with him. And this is what she said. She said, but don't tell me I have to put him out of the house or that I should not bail him out of jail. I don't want to hear that. And so Abram, the guy that wrote this book, this doctor, he responded, he says, well, please tell me how much 2 + 2 is, but don't say 4. So you want help for your son, but you're unwilling to let him experience his consequences by bailing him out of jail or coddling him in the house if he needs to be pushed out. And so he wants to ask you a question. Tell me what 2 + 2 is and don't tell me the answer is 4. She had been unable to see that her own thinking was no less distorted than her son's were. Why was her thinking distorted? Because when she bailed him out of jail or didn't put him out of the house, she enabled him to go on using chemicals without seeing the magnitude of the problem. She kept him from his rock bottom experience from which recovery would be possible. Remember that we don't move to the lesser of two evils, right? If we see that drug use is still the lesser of two evils and getting sober is not, we're not going to move up to what we perceive to be harder. But once our life, we hit that rock bottom and our paradigm shifts and we say, wait a minute, sobriety looks a lot better now. This looks a little bit less evil than actually remaining in chemical, and enabling delays that process. So then, awesome, Alicia, let's do it. Well,
No, she would do that. What that lady did.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I knew what I needed to do, but I needed permission from somebody outside of myself in order to do what needed to be done. I was too afraid to just take the steps because I didn't feel like I had the authority in myself to do it. I don't know if that makes sense. But after all the research I did and counseling, it gave me the permission I needed to let go and step back and let him experience it because I knew he'd be so mad at me.
I swear I won't bail out the princess when she finally gets hauled in. Promises, promises, promises. I will tell her to sit and stew. It would be good for her.
It would be.
Well, the second time I went to jail, I didn't even tell anybody I went to jail. I didn't tell anybody for like a month and a half. They didn't even know where I went, except for my boss. I called him. I'm like, hey, can you put my last check on my books? And he did. I had a lot of money in jail. Only being able to spend 40 bucks a week.
Oh, Liz said she would love to share experience. Tomorrow night a date.
Let me hit Nicole up. We kind of had some plans tomorrow, but we can work that in for 100%. Let me coordinate with Nicole because tomorrow we're switching books. Tonight, Addictive Thinking is done. Tomorrow is Addictive Personalities, description in the link. If you want to pick yourself one up, I highly suggest doing so. And if you do it, you can order it through Kindle real quick too and have it immediately. I'm a paper guy. I like to have paper to write on. But Addictive Personalities by Craig Necken, right there. Grab one. That's our next book. Tomorrow's probably going to be some type of break in the way we do things. Nicole and I were planning on some things, but we'll see if that comes to fruition.
Krista also would love to share her story one day.
Really?
That would
We
be
would love to
awesome.
have you on here.
Love to hear it.
Let's make it happen. Let's coordinate. 100%. 2 + 2, don't say 4. Love that. Wow. I need that. And I have been on one side, now on the other side as a spouse of an alcoholic. Wow.
Has anybody else who's
Wow.
experienced co-addiction felt like I did? You needed permission from somebody outside yourself to do what you knew was the right thing to do, but was too scared to do it on your own?
I already put her out of the house. She transitioned in the garage, but now she's totally out. She's in the back in 40 in a semi-trailer. No AC. I should rent her a porta potty.
Bushes.
It
Go
wouldn't
there
be a
for.
bad idea. One day at a time, brother. I'm still looking for my copy. Hopefully find it by tomorrow. Sweet. Sounds good. Mark is laughing too. Yeah, amen. Needed it. Got to get them ramen noodles, man.
Oh, good. You all did too. I feel like I'm not the only one. Super weird. Super weird to know that you should do something, but I feel like you need permission
That is weird.
to do it.
What's burning down the house saying?
Cherie, not me. I was on the wrong side. Well,
Same.
I'm on my 3rd year sobriety, and Heath is on his 3rd month after being sober for a while. If y'all ever wanted us to be on and share, be honored.
100%.
Always. We love when people share.
We love when people come on and share.
Sharing is caring. And caring is sharing.
It's okay. I go by whatever you type.
Yeah, misspell. You should see me spell.
Intimidation is in the same family as codependency, especially when dealing with an addict in full swing. Yeah, I think it did have a lot to do with intimidation.
Yeah, an addict would be very intimidating, make you walk on eggshells.
Being codependent on many levels shows the ism is okay. Rather than letting them see the faults, I had many whom chose to help me lead myself into destruction. It wasn't until I lost big that I came to understand what was being lost and separated myself. Yeah, step back and let it happen. Let the crisis happen. That's what the article I read would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get in there. Post that link one more time. We have a private
download the
Facebook
app.
group. You can jump in there if you'd like. And Discord is kind of where it's at. Jump in there. It's just more user friendly. It's like more real time. I don't know what it is. It's just
He just loves it.
it's more organized, and I like organized, especially when it comes to digital things. Sounds like me in the early days of recovery. I wanted to recover, but I was not willing to do whatever was necessary to recover. And that's the point I got to when I checked into my detox center. I was like, oh, well, if I get fired from my job, so be it. I have to check out. I didn't have the leave to burn because I had already been burning it. I was an earner burner. And I was like, not coming in. Sorry, fire me. I have to go to the hospital. That's that. Good night, Nicole.
Good night, Nicole.
Sleep
Take some
good.
ibuprofen.
Take some ibuprofen.
Oh, baby's awake, burns it down the house. Snuggle them babies while they're tiny.
Yeah, they grow so fast.
I do. It seems like just yesterday.
I try and snuggle this one, and he's huge.
It seems like just yesterday I was 5.
Oh, you did that too, Krista? A music lover, you're going to get to know a lot of Australians if you're a night owl.
Sorry, I was meant to do this one.
Derek would also love to share. Okay, y'all, if you want to share your story, hit me up right here, recoveringaddict8@gmail.com. The way that I like to do it, I don't like to just, hey, come on live tomorrow, and I just send you a link and we don't get the kinks and bugs worked out. I'll set it up so that like we're prepared for the next day. I'll build a thumbnail with your picture on it. You've seen me do it before. And then I'll do a test run with you before the show starts so that we can see how you want to set up your phone or your iPad or whatever you're going to use. Oh, excuse me. And then that way we can see if the audio is going to work and just kind of give you some idea how it's going to work on your side so that you're not caught off guard when things happen and we have like all this just chaos in front of everybody. Shoot me an email at recoveringaddict8@gmail.com. That's the best way that we'll connect, and I'll send links back and forth and we'll practice and we'll schedule some things out.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, Lori, what girl are you talking about?
Thank you, Sheree.
Oh, Christy. Look her up. Look up her.
Christy, are you watching? Somebody wants to get a hold of you.
I'll share her Facebook, like her name, her real person Facebook.
You're welcome. Got to get ready for bed, work early. Yep, sleep good, sleep tonight. And remember, wake up and think of something grateful. Pray immediately and get yourself straight into a recovery mindset before you take on that day. A weekly guest speaker for those that want to share. I think that's a great idea. I love logistically organizing too. We could set it up we could try to do what Nicole did. Do the 7 and 7.
That'd be cool. All right, Lori, here's her link to her Facebook page. Hit her up that way.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Good night, Jay. Good job. All right, here's the last little paragraph. It's not a new concept. If you read the literature on addiction, addictive thinking will jump out at you from every page. Is severe pain normal? No. Is normal for a person with fractured leg to be in severe pain? Yes. Is a fever normal? No. It's normal for a person with an infection to have a fever? Yes. Is addictive thinking normal? No. Is it normal for chemically dependent people and codependents to have addictive thinking? Yes. Last paragraph of the book, you guys. Since you are reading this book, you are, in one way or another, concerned about addiction. As such, you can be vulnerable to addictive thinking. Check this out with someone who can take more objective look at your life. With the help of another, you will be better able to clarify your own reality. So after everything we've gone through and all the addictive thoughts and thinking that you think you might have, get with your sponsor, get with your counselor, a trusted member in your recovery society, and share your thoughts and feelings, somebody that knows you like that, and see what they say, and try to start working on those kinds of things. Take your inventory nightly and start seeing where you have these addictive thinkings and how it's controlling your life now. You get rid of drugs. We learned from staying sober, we trade it for, what was the equation? You got pain plus drugs equals temporary pleasure, but future pain, right? You get rid of the drugs and alcohol, you experience some type of pain in your life, and it can just be simple stuff. You cope with compulsive behavior, maybe sex or gambling or spending, and that gives you temporary relief and instant pleasure, but then that also causes future pain. You got to realize what this addictive thinking, this addictive nature that we have is, because we'll just replace that. Remember the spirituality episode a few days ago? We have a void in our chest, a spiritual void, and we're trying to fill it with anything. It's hard to differentiate the way that we differentiate when we're thirsty or hungry. And so we fill it with these things, and temporarily it fills it. It feels like, this is it. And then it becomes a problem. So you jump to something else and something else. So work with your sponsors, work with anybody that you trust, that knows you well.
A higher power.
And pray to your higher powers. Yes, amen. Is it Tuesday night? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Is it Wednesday morning? Yes, it is.
Whoa.
That's weird.
Whoa.
It's Tuesday night and Wednesday morning at the same time.
Get some more tea.
Sure. Thanks, bud.
Lori, I just sent your info to Christy, so hopefully she reaches out to you.
Here is our NA just for today. Maintaining the foundation. Our newly found faith serves as firm foundation for courage in the future. Basic text, page 96. The foundation of our lives is what the rest of our lives is built on. When we were using, that foundation affected everything we did. When we decided that recovery was important, that's where we began to put our energy. As a result, our whole lives changed. In order to maintain those new lives, we must maintain the foundation of those lives, our recovery program. As we stay clean and our lifestyles change, our priorities will also change. Work and school may become important because they improve the qualities of our life. And new relationships may bring excitement and mutual support. But we need to remember that our recovery program is the foundation upon which our new lives are built. Each day we must renew our commitment to recovery, maintaining that as our top priority. Don't forget your foundation is in recovery now. And that is what has kicked you off onto this road that's making your life better, which is opening your eyes to other things in your life you're going to go after that makes your life better. But don't ever neglect the recovery side, because that's, if you get complacent on, everything else will start falling down. You build what does the Bible say? You build your house on the sand, it's going to fall, right? Where is your foundation? My foundation's in Christ, if what. So just for today, I want to continue enjoying the life I've found in recovery. Today, I will take steps to maintain my foundation. What steps are you going to take to maintain your foundation? Are you going to ruin your foundation this weekend on the 4th of July? I hope not. Do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. And yes, please, on the way out of this meeting tonight, let's hit that like button. Thank you, Teeter.
There's a dog in the background. Cherie, that is our fur baby, Megan. Named after the drummer from the White Stripes.
There's a dog in the background.
Hey, say hi. You can say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody.
Megan. This is Millie's little sister.
Oh, it's your big honey. You say hi? That's Megan.
Yeah.
Ready? God,
God,
grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And dear Lord, please bless all the still suffering addicts, those who are new in recovery, those who are at Wasatch Crest, and please bless them that they can work their programs. They have that mind change, that paradigm shift, that the recovery is the way to go, and let us maintain that foundation. In your name we pray.
Wait, another thing, dear Lord, we'd love to pray for all the doctors out there who are trying to fight COVID and help people get through COVID, dear Lord. In Jesus' personally, I pray. Amen.
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 Thanks,
Shout
buddy.
out to Hope Recovery Resources.
Yeah, we'll be talking to you guys here shortly.
And all the other ones. Anchored Hearts, Sawyer
Anchored
House.
Hearts, Sawyer House, Louisville,
Louisville.
everybody. Huh?
What's a Louisville one
I
called?
can't remember.
Dang it.
So, y'all, we'll be back here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We may start our new book. We may just have a chit-chat session with people who want to jump on. Tomorrow is going to be up in the air for whatever the topic may be. So until tomorrow, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong at work. Work that program first thing in the morning. And remember, we recover better together.